Next lesson here is going to have you solve equations with using multiplication and division, and then we're also going to do a quick distributive property review here. So just like our previous lesson with adding and subtracting undoing each other, multiplying and dividing actually undo each other as well. Remember, multiplication we'll see with a dot, but if we have a letter bump up to a variable like we see in number 1, we're going to know that that's multiplication. Secondly, when we get to it, we're going to see division as the fraction bar now, not as a division sign anymore. So just like the other day, go ahead, drop a line down your equal sign. If we have 4 times r, we want to get r by itself. To undo times, we have to divide. So to show division, we're going to use the little bar. If we do it to one side, we have to do it to the other. We're going to actually divide by whatever it is that's stuck to the r. So in this case, it's a 4, so we're going to divide by 4. And you don't put a line across here since you're doing the division. 4 divided by 4 is really 1, which means 1r, which is really just r, which is what we're trying to get to. And 40 divided by 4 is 10. Now that makes sense. Again, if we go back and check, 4 times r, or 4 times 10, equals 40. So 40 equals 40. This actually checks out. If we go and plug 10 back in for r, we're using substitution. Over here in number 2, my letter is over here. It's 25 times p. So we're going to divide on both sides. And since it's 25 times p, we're going to divide by 25. 25 divided by 25 is 1p, which is really just p. And 100 divided by 25 is 4. In number 3, drop a line down your equal sign. We have negative 3x, which means negative 3 times x. So to undo negative 3 times x, we have to divide by negative 3. That gives us 1x, which is really just x, and 18 divided by negative 3 is a negative 6. Over here in number 4, drop a line down your equal sign. This one definitely helps to read out loud. So if you say y divided by negative 20 equals negative 3, how do you undo divided by negative 20? You multiply by negative 20. So we're going to write it out front here. Since we did it to one side, we have to do it to the other side. Multiplying by negative 20 and dividing by negative 20 actually cross out to give us 1. 1y is really just y. Negative 3 times negative 20 is 60. And we're done. Number 5, we have 13 times a, so we're going to divide by 13 on both sides. Those give us 1a, and negative 26 divided by 13 is negative 2. In number 6 here, we have 1/12 times v. So instead of dividing by 1/12, in the case where we have a fraction here, we're going to actually multiply by the reciprocal, which is 12 over 1. And 12 over 1 is really just 12. So 12 over 1 times 1 over 12 gives us 1v, which is just v. And 6 times 12 is 72. Go ahead in number 7, drop a line down your equal sign. M divided by 3. To undo divide by 3, we do times by 3. Times by 3. That gives us 1, which is really just m. And negative 26 times 3 is negative 78. Take a look at number 8. X divided by negative 4. So we're going to multiply by negative 4. Those cancel out. X equals negative 40. Last one here is another one, 3/4 times c. We're not going to divide by 3/4. Instead, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Get c equals. This you can actually use your calculator, or you can do it mentally. 18 divided by 3 is 6 times 4. So you can go down here, divide, and then times. 18 divided by 3 is 6, times 4 is 24. Finally, down at the bottom of this page, there's a couple review problems here with distributive property. Just to remind you, we're multiplying when we distribute, and we pass the number out to both things inside the parentheses. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times a positive 3 is a positive 6. The next one, 5 gets distributed. 5x, and 5 times a negative 4 is negative 20. Negative 8 is getting distributed, negative 8x, and negative 8 times 1 is negative 8. Negative 3 times x, and negative 3 times negative 9 is a positive 27. Over here, 5 times 3x is 15x, and 5 times positive 4 is positive 20. This one is just written out backwards. The 5 just gets distributed. So we have 5x plus 5. All right.